everyone. Welcome to another episode of 123 Wrestling right here on SRB TV. I'm Chris, and as always, joined by Nick Slade
Let's go.
and Mo Brothers.
Let's know.
That's no. And this
Let's
is gonna be our post. This is gonna be our post-show review thoughts on WWE Crown Jewel 2024. We're gonna keep this quick. Like, there's like for us right now, overall, it was a fairly standard paint by numbers Saudi glorified house show. There was some good stuff in here, and obviously in traditional Saudi style, just we're gonna continue this elsewhere vibes. Yeah, we started with the six-man tag between Roman, the Usos, and the current Bloodline. Yeah, I can see why this was the opener. This one was very just by the numbers tag match, but Bloodline tag match. Like, this is a match we've gotten a million times before, and this felt like exactly like that kind of match. Like, like this match was rough too. Like especially in the second half. Like, there was a little good story here and there. There was still the animosity between Jay and Roman. There was still this whole like who's the top dog between Roman and Solo. Apparently, there's a rumor that they want to save Roman Solo for Mania, which I don't want them to do,
It's
but
not worth for Mania. That's like Saturday's main event.
that doesn't work for me, brother.
Doesn't-
But yeah, this match was rough. Like, especially in the end, like Jimmy, like was it Roman gets spiked, and then it looks like the match is done, but at the dead ass like last second, Jimmy makes the save, but you can clearly see he was supposed to jump in a bit sooner, but his time was off. Then there was the weird spot where the ref very blatantly got in position to get hit by a member of the GOD, thanks to Roman, and he got taken out. And then usual Bloodline shenanigans with wound up Roman getting spiked twice for the Bloodline to win. And then, yeah, after they attacked them more, the Bloodline attacked them more. Sammy came out, did a little bit of a swerve, and just when it looks like the full OG Bloodline were going to attack them, miscommunication, Roman and Sammy take each other out, and now there's been animosity between Sammy and Jimmy, which, yeah, sure. Yeah, this match was all right. Any other thoughts?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. Like the spot though when Sammy and Roman hit each other, that was timed really well.
Yeah, that was.
Let's see, they know how to make a time, Jimmy. Uh, but yeah, like clearly it's setting up now. War Games gonna be Roman the Usos and Sammy against the Bloodline. I don't know if The Rock gets involved. I don't know. Like I feel like there's rumors he's not going to be available for WrestleMania, but I feel like he wouldn't have bothered to show up at Bad Blood if they weren't going to do anything with him.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. We'll have to see where this goes. I really hope they don't do Roman Solo WrestleMania. That'd be one. I don't want this feud to go that freaking long. I'm tired of it already. Like Saturday's main event should be where it ends for those two. And then if you want to go with Roman Rock, you can stretch. You can do that for Mania. Yeah, the match is okay. With a lot of the usual Bloodline spots with both teams. We'll have to see what happens with Sammy on Friday for SmackDown.
Mo?
Mo, do you have any other thoughts?
Uh, Not really a whole lot much else to add. I mean, you know, open up with what everyone's anticipating and then go from there. That's all I gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
Next up was the Women's Tag Team Championship match, Fatal 4-Way. Yeah, this was fun. I got AEW, I was telling you guys during watching, I was like, I getting AEW tag team match vibes, like multi-man tag team match vibes. That's what I was getting throughout this. Like, everybody got the chance to shine, do spots here and there. You know what, was the metaphor looked surprisingly decent in the ring amongst everybody else. Some great stuff from like Damage Control, obviously, and even the current tag champs, and it was a great finish too, with them performing a Doomsday device spot on freaking Piper, which was
Um,
awesome.
you're I mean, you're leaving out the best team, which was Green and Niven,
Yeah, they had some fun spots.
No, yeah,
They,
like I said, a lot. That's why I said a lot of the teams all got to have some fun spots
when you were,
throughout it.
I'm just saying, when you were listing off the names, you left off a very special team.
Piper Dividend, Chelsea Green,
No, Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green. Mike Rowe went halfway on that. And yeah,
Uh,
I don't know I don't know if they're whether the future is a Piper Dividend, Chelsea Green. They keep having miscommunications where Piper keeps accidentally hitting Green. And they've already been champions before, so I don't know if they're gonna split them up anytime soon.
I hope not. They're a fun team. Yeah, but the match overall, yeah, it was good. It was fun. It was exciting. It was better than the other fucking women's match, that's for sure. Um, yeah, this was really fun. Got a lot of women on the card, and yeah, good for them.
And onesies.
Yeah, and they're all their onesies. Yeah, gold star. I think best onesie of the event was definitely Tiffany Stratton's, which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
But any other thoughts on this match?
No, like I think Belair and Cargill. Obviously, I think they're still planning for that to be for Mania, Belair versus Cargill. So I don't see them losing the tag titles until at least Royal Rumble.
Hmm. Well,
I mean, all the women did great and showcased themselves pretty very well, um, for what they have going on. So, um, I definitely think this was the better of the women's matches.
yes, we'll definitely get to why in a little bit. But for next up, we have Rollins taking on Bronson Reed. This was a really fun match. I think easy one of the better matches of the night. Like they went over the ring. Well, like as soon as Reed was coming down, they had his brawl, and then like going back and forth throughout, tossing Rollins into the timekeeper, which injured Rollins. You can tell because the rest of the match he has like this bruise underneath his left shoulder and it's bleeding. And it's like, ooh, yeah, damn. Um, yeah, there's so many great spots. What was it? Yeah, and yeah, it was definitely the big guy versus little David versus Goliath. So like a lot of it was Rollins trying his best to just bring Reed down to his knees and stuff like that. But and it ultimately worked out for the most part. Steel Steps part led to eventually Rollins recreating that one spot from the last Monster Standing match. What was it? But Bronson was able to still get in the ring. Rollins hits another curb stomp and then it hits an avalanche curb stomp to pick up the win and leaves Bronson bloodied. But I love this part because almost immediately after, Bronson gets right back up and stares fucking daggers into Rollins. Like, and we'll see them fight again. It was confirmed later that they will be part of a fatal four-way match for the number one contenders for the world heavyweight title. So yeah, it's Rollins, Reed, Dom, and Priest. Um,
Oh,
I
is it Sheamus as a fourth person?
oh no, wait, is it Sheamus? Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, you're right. My fault. Thank you. No, it's Rollins. It's Rollins, Dom, Sheamus, and Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys have any thoughts on the match?
Uh, no, like you had like a lot of cool spots, like Rollins and Reed both deliver. Uh, honestly, I don't think this feud is over because unless Rollins wins tomorrow night and goes on the feud with Gunther, we'll have to see. If not, I kind of think they might go with Sheamus against Gunther, and then they could do Rollins Reed one more time because I feel like it's not over. Because Reed got right back up, and if they didn't just do a last man standing match with Strowman and Reed, I would say make a last man standing match because you're playing to Reed standing up at the
Mm-hmm.
match. But I definitely think you get one more good match out of these two. Like maybe a steel cage match.
Yeah, definitely. Mo?
I will just repeat what I said when it happened, but I think that Bronson at this point should come out with uh, either like red face paint or maybe black face paint, just like resembling the blood streak that he had on his face when he at the end of the match, just to just as a way to kind of signify that this isn't over between him and Rollins and just be like, "You made me bleed my own blood. I'm not gonna forgive you for that.
Oh,
Let's go.
Disney.
This time it's gonna be 10
Yeah.
times as intense."
Okay. So next up was easily the worst match of the night. Um,
Surprise,
uh,
surprise.
the Women's Crown Jewel Championship match between Liv Morgan and Nia Jax. So many problems with this match before we even get into the match, which is this is a heel versus heel match. Crowd didn't know who to cheer for. Some points they were cheering for Morgan, some points they were not. Or the biggest pop, the person that got the pop in this match was Tiffany Stratton.
The one who got the biggest booze was Dominic Mysterio.
I mean, obviously, just that's not how the world works. There's a Venn diagram. On one side, Tiffany Stratton, the other one's Dominic Mysterio. In the middle is no one.
Yeah, yeah. I'll get to about Tiffany. I keep saying make Tiffany stay heel, but she's getting so many major pops. They'll probably end up turning her face, and she'll cash out Naya.
Yeah, so basically this match is just it's just Nia dominating majority and then a couple little bits of offense from Liv. And then Stratton comes out to a massive pop. Nia's like, what are you doing out here? Not now, go back. And yeah, she goes back. She's like halfway up the ramp before realizing she can still cash in if she wanted to. Almost cashes in, but then Raquel shows up, stops her. Um, then at one point, Dom, like, because like Tiffany eventually gets taken out by Nia, who in turn also takes out Liv and Raquel. And then at one point, Dom tries to cash in the briefcase.
He throws in the ring and distract him.
Eventually, it's a distraction. And then as the refs dealing with the whole chicanery between Tiffany and Nia and stuff like that. The oh no wait, not Tiffany and Nia. Oh man. No, between like Raquel, Dom, and Tiffany, like they get to the other side of the ring and like they attack. I think I don't remember this part well.
I,
I know, Raquel attacks Nia while the ref's back's turned. Liv is able to hit her finisher to pick up the win and become the inaugural Women's Crown Jewel Championship. Like that fucking matters. Yeah, this match sucked. This match was just like one thing, and that was just Tiffany maybe cashing in, and that's it.
and then she didn't even do it.
And yeah, she had the best outfit. She came out like a reject from a tokusatsu live action show. Like big yellow onesie with a big pink heart in the middle, like we caught her halfway through a Sailor Moon transformation or some shit. Like but no, the match was
Yeah,
it had no heat. It was heel versus heel, and the biggest person over is still technically a heel in Tiffany Stratton, and
who
that's it.
everyone involved was a heel.
Yeah, and the match was the shortest of the night at 8 minutes.
8 minutes, 15 seconds.
Just no, this match sucked. This match really sucked.
Few in a row where Nia Jax had the worst match on the card.
What a shocker. And you know what's sad too? People are like lately been like, Nia's been great, Nia's been getting better. I'm like, dude, she couldn't even get over in this
I
match.
mean, her match with Bailey at Bad Blood, she had 3 major botches.
Just oh, fucking Hurricane on the spot. Oh, Jesus Christ. And whatever that Samoan drop was. Oh, but now you guys have any other thoughts on that?
I mean, not really. I guess we'll have to find out what Liv does next because Ripley is going to be out for the foreseeable future. I think the best person they should start pushing if they're not going to call anybody from NXT is Lyra Valkyria.
Mhm.
You can start really pushing her again, make her an underdog face. For Nia Jax, they're definitely going to still continue that with her and Tiffany. Who she goes to feud with next, technically, I don't know. I mean, SmackDown really only has Bailey right now.
Mm,
We'll have to see.
mm. Well,
Maybe
I got nothing else.
he's got
okay. No, that's fine. It was 8 minutes. I think we already all agreed that this match was shit. So we're moving on. And what was supposed to be Randy Orton taking on Kevin Owens, they has fight before bell rings, and fight continues, and fight continues, and fight continues. Match official gets thrown out at one point, according to commentary. match. Fight 2, Backstreet Producers eventually come out and try to stop things. Fight continues, fight continues. Then both, this is the part that makes me kind of laugh. Both GMs come out, even though both guys are SmackDown roster members. And Adam Pearce eats a fucking RKO. Like,
Like,
okay, cool.
like the
So,
guy who shouldn't even been out there to $8 KO.
which I think one of you made a good point while we were watching it, saying that could just mean that we're leading to the KO Randy match on the Riyadh episode of Raw.
I don't know. I
Possibly.
feel like if they're going to do Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes in December, they need something for Kevin Owens to do in November. So they'll probably stretch this out the rest of November. So they'll probably
Mhm.
stretch this out the Survivor
Right.
Series.
Fight continues, eventually gets into the crowd, and eventually Orton is able to put himself and KO through a couple of tables in the production area. So yeah, nothing else to say. There's no the opinion. That was what we were probably. I don't think I was expecting that, but as soon as it started, I'm like, oh, okay, we're gonna wait a little while before we actually have this match. Cool. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna just move on to the next match because there's nothing. I was like, it wasn't a match. I mean, yeah, we're just gonna be leaning to whatever's next after that. Next up, in another of the best matches of the night, which was LA Knight defending his US title against Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. Yeah, this match went pretty quick. You can tell they were told that you were not getting a lot of time because we're giving all of it to like the main event. And fucking man, this was on second gear from the get-go. Like they were going all out. Carmelo Andrade, LA Knight has some great offense as well. Also amazing fucking offense as well. I think the most memorable, like there's a lot of great spots. I think the most memorable one for me is the finish
Yeah.
in which they're running what was it, Andrade and Carmelo running the ropes. And just when he's about to complete like a Hurricanrana spot, LA Knight grabs both of them and hits like a double BFT and pins Carmelo to retain the US title. I
Mhm.
thought that was a really cool finish. This was a fast, short but sweet match. And yeah, we're probably going to be leaning into Knight Hayes a bit down the road. Any thoughts on this one?
No, it was really good. Like, I'm glad Knight retains. They can have a bit of a longer reign because they definitely built him up for a while before he finally got a singles title. So I hate for it to end now. It could end Survivor Series if him and Hayes one on one. They're kind of teasing Knight turning heel, which I don't think they should do. They just have to be the more aggressive face if you're going to do him and Hayes, because I feel like Knight is still very popular and you probably shouldn't turn him heel right now. But the problem is Knight's on the same show as Cody and Roman, who are the top two baby faces on SmackDown. So there's not much room for him to get up there.
Mhm.
So honestly, I don't know when the next draft's going to be. I think he'd benefit from moving to Raw whenever they do that.
They're probably going to stick that to around like after WrestleMania. They're probably going to do what they did this year, just have it around the same weekend as the NFL draft.
Yeah, isn't
Um,
they? Aren't they still planning to move Roman to Raw since it's going to be on Netflix?
I don't know. Mo, did you have any other thoughts on this match?
I mean, it was the most interesting match on the whole card. Um, I don't think that there's gonna be any major changes that come out of it. It's just like just a solid wrestling match between three great competitors. That's all I see it as.
Okay. And next up in our main event for the men's Crown Jewel Championship, it's Cody taking on Walter. And yeah, this was just a wrestling match. There was no interference like I was trying to think of that was going to happen. There was no Goldberg. He announced his retirement match for next year, which that will be a WrestleMania match I may or may not be looking forward to, depending on his opponent. Um, yeah, no, this was just a good wrestling match, as you would expect from Walter, but especially from Cody. Like some great heat from this. I think the biggest thing of this match was the crowd. The crowd was invested in both these guys. I think we were getting Gunter chants during it, which was insane. Just like insane chance room. Then they brought the Fireflies, which was a nice little touch. The crowd was nice. But yeah, a lot of this was just back and forth between the two. Walter showing why he's so great against underdogs, especially selling against them. Cody shows why he's the top babyface, just powering through a lot of Walter's offense, including a nasty chop he gave to him on the outside, which was horrendous. I know it's just one, but God, made my chest light up. But then, like, he knows he starts pumping himself up at one point. There's a one point he can't do a power slam because of all the offense from Walter, but then powers through it, does the bionic elbow spot, does great stuff. Eventually, it leads to the finish, which I'm trying, even though we just saw it like not 15 minutes ago, like where what was it again? Oh no, he goes. Okay, so Cody goes for an avalanche Cody cutter. Walter counters, is going to do his signature like chokehold spot on the mat, but then he does I call it the Shayna spot because that's how, like, I think Kairi Sane won her women's championship off of Shayna, was like, so he does the rolls out of it to pin Walter's shoulders to the mat just enough for a 3 count. Cody successfully, I was gonna say retains. Cody successfully wins the inaugural men's crown jewel. Successfully wins, and wins the inaugural men's crown jewel championship. They had the code of honor at the end, which is I think was a nice touch. And yeah, then the show ends with Cody and Liv posing with their belts we'll only see at Saudi shows at the end. So, any thoughts?
Is it Saudi shows or only just Crown Jewel?
I don't know. And personally, I don't care. What are your guys' thoughts on the match?
It was a good match. Yeah, like you got two of the best guys there to be right now. And definitely this is the kind of opponent Cody's been needing for a while. I mentioned that when we were talking about it, because so far in his reign, he faced AJ Styles, Logan Paul, Solo Sikoa, and KO as a face.
Mm-hmm.
He's really needed like an imposing villain to go up against, and Gunther is the perfect guy for that. It just sucks that right now they're both world champions on different brands, so they can't really have a feud over a title.
Yeah.
But maybe that's something they can do again down the road with those two. And so, but hopefully now with KO turning full heel, that'll give Cody someone like that for Cody to fight. But yeah, this was a good match, even though it was for a pointless thing. It was still cool to see these two fight each other. And the way it finished, like Mo said when we were watching it, it made Cody look wily, and it made Gunther, like it gave Gunther an out because he got rolled up, and like he still showed respect, and I'm sure he'll dominate whatever his next match is. Mo, do you have any other thoughts?
I just want to say it's not a pointless thing. It's for a belt which will be signified through a ring that probably costs at least a 20th of the price of however much that fucking belt costs.
Well, hopefully the Crown Jewel rings are better made than the Hall of Fame rings, because I've heard those are pretty cheap looking.
Hey, you won't know until you get one.
Okay, so overall thoughts. Okay, so I mean, I think we're all have the same top 3 matches, but let's run with it anyways. So overall, I thought this was bog standard paint by number Saudi super show that like delivered kind of like, but it was definitely very obviously, as always, we're just doing this and you'll get your results in the coming weeks, or possibly just at Survivor Series. Top 3 matches. Let's see if you guys agree. Women's tag title match, main event match, and United States Championship match were the 3 best matches of the night. B minus, honestly. Like B minus, like the only match that truly stank was the fucking women's Crown Jewel title match.
Mine is a little different. So I got the main event,
Okay.
the United States title, which I thought was the best match, and I'm going with Rollins and Reed.
Oh shit! You know what? I forgot. Honestly, I did forget about Rollins Reed, but Rollins Reed was good too. Rollins Reed was good.
And I was gonna give it a solid B because I didn't think the women's Crown Jewel match dragged it down that much. Like it dragged down from an A, and since this was nothing really changed on this show, and neither the Crown Jewel title championship matches meant anything, so I'll give it a solid B.
Okay.
Well, I seem to be the tiebreaker. So, I mean, there were quite a few good matches. So I'm gonna say women's tag title at the top. I'm gonna say Bronson Reed, and then I feel like I'm gonna go with the main event.
Okay.
Um, not in
Okay.
any particular like
Obviously. Yeah.
tier or anything like that, but
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna go with those three. And I'm also gonna say it's a solid B just because of the fact that it's like you had the women's crown jewel match, and then you had something that wasn't a match on the card, which was
Right.
uh Orton versus Owens.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. That's so great.
Yep. So I think overall a B.
Oh, great. Oh, did Mo you say your grade?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
Oh,
B.
okay. Okay. You said B. Okay.
He never paid.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's just, I get, it's just B minus
He's
for me.
used to me saying like random bullshit, and this time I actually didn't say anything.
Yeah. That's usually it. Yeah. Yeah. B minus for me is just like, it, I think it was because like it looked pretty stacked. Maybe I was definitely was still looking forward to the women's crown jewel match overall, title match overall, but like crowd was looking pretty stacked, and then we didn't get Orton KO. That's being moved to another time. The opening tag match was so like mid-tier bloodline standard tag match that I'm like, I roll my eyes. Like the only pop that match really got was at the end when Sammy fucking showed, which he got the loudest pop of the night. And well,
Orange
yeah.
popping high too.
Yeah, and I kind of just wish like the US title match got more time because I feel like they could have gone another like 10 minutes.
It
Like
was
they Yeah. But it was still but the matches that were good, and I wasn't bored. Like I said, the only match that really sucked for me was the women's crown jewel title match, and that was it. But yeah, that's gonna do it, folks, for our thoughts on Crown Jewel 2024. So other than that, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button if you want to talk to us more about stuff like this. Comment down below if you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about WWE Crown Jewel 2024's Saudi money, get that blood money. Hit that subscribe button down below. And hit that bell icon as well. What did you think of our thoughts? Oh, on the Crown Jewel 2024. Worst of your favorite matches, worst of your moments. What did you think about the overall status of the Crown Jewel Championships? Let us know in the comments down below. Put down what you thought of our thoughts overall. But most importantly, we thank you for watching now. Of course, fellas, aside from this channel, where can they find you elsewhere on the internet?
Well, you can find me over on the socials. You can check me out on the Facebooks, the Instagrams, and the XX Twitters, babies. But Mo,
Yeah.
dear friend Mo, where can they find you on the World Wide Web?
Well, just like a classic movie that everyone should already know the premise to, you can find me by venturing into a cave of wonders and proceeding to find the one innocuous, non-flashy piece of treasure in that cave.
A One Piece?
No, because the One Piece isn't real. Um, but anyway, you go traveling through the Cave of Wonders, find the one innocuous piece of treasure that doesn't seem like it's worth a whole lot, and then you proceed to take that out of the cave, and then it's like, oh my god, this actually is valuable after all, because you said the magic word, which was Afro Mobro, and then you summon me, and all that happens is that I show up on your social media like Instagram, or I just joined Blue Sky as well, so that's the thing. And then like whatever else, including like music streaming services. You just whisper Afro Mobro and see what happens.
Cool. Cool. So yeah, if you want to check out our previous reactions to stuff for WWE wise. We just recently did Bad Blood pay-per-view. You can check that out. Our last AEW pay-per-view you can check out, which was Wrestle Dream. Or our most recent pay-per-view wrestling pay-per-view action, which was to Bound for Glory 2024. We will, of course, be back for WWE related stuff on the next exciting episode 123 Wrestling with
Survivor Series.
No. WWE wise, yes. Survivor Series War Games in Canada at the end of November. But beforehand, our next wrestling paper will be full year 2024. But yeah, that's it. So until next time, though, I'm Kristen.
I'm Nick Slade.
And I am Mo Brothers.
And that's been yet another Saudi-filled episode of 123 Wrestling. And we will see you guys later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out any of our previous reactions,
as well as one of our other SRB shows,
check out one of the playlists down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
you can find us on Twitter and Stardust
at Super React Bros,
as well as on Facebook
at Super Reaction Bros.